Hello, honey badgers. Let's carry on with this, I guess, unexpected part 4 of the COODEALS series. Series keeps getting away from me. It wasn't even meant to be a series in the beginning. It was just supposed to be one video, and then it turned into 3, and now it's become 4. So this one will definitely wrap it up. I'm not even sponsored by them, so I can't be doing all the digging. You're gonna have to do some digging for yourself. But if you keep coming back to these, I appreciate you. Thank you if you've been curious about these. It turns out this video is also going to serve a dual purpose anyway, because I bought some new mics for the channel, trying to help with the vocals around here. Since, you know, I've mentioned in other videos that my natural speaking voice tends to sit kind of low, and it's actually, I don't know what it is, but it's actually kind of painful for me to speak up. I can do it, but it puts a lot of strain on my vocal cords and is kind of uncomfortable. But it's one of those things that I have heard all my life of, oh my God, Angie, speak up. I came from a family of yellers. I was the one that went inward. So yeah, I'm trying with the new mics. I haven't used this brand. I don't know if everything's set up quite right, if it's working absolutely properly right now. So I'm going to test it on this video and see what settings I need to change, if it made any big difference, if there's something I need to click on that's not on, you know, all that stuff. So technical stuff going on in the background. But anyway, the COODEALS Part 4 seriously is it this time video. So I thought I would start with a couple of the ones that are sort of tied to the rose one. I think it's the pink yellow rose bouquet that I showed in, I believe it's part 3. There is a video that I put, I think I called it like Sweet Little Roses or something like that, where I did all the little partials together. It'll be linked down below. But in that video, I also showed the white rose and the green rose. I didn't know they were actually on COODEALS, but I ended up finding them when I was looking for other stuff to do those other videos. So I thought I would start this video mentioning those, that there are some small versions. These ones are a little bit more expensive. What size are these? Okay, so these start at 35 by 35, and the reason these are a little bit pricier is going through COODEALS, they're going to include their fairy dust drills. So they're a form of AB drills, but the glitter aspect is kind of built down into the drill instead of coated on top. So it's a lot more subtle shimmer. There's a lot of debate in the community about how good they are. I do have some kits with them in my collection. I don't think I've actually worked any of them though, so I haven't fully decided how I feel about fairy dust drills just yet. I know what they are. So yeah, that's why the price is a little bit higher on this, is just because it's coming with those extras already included in your kit. But yeah, I did the partial version of this, of the white rose and the green rose. I'm going to show you in a minute. So this is the white rose version. It's going to be a 35 by 35. This was another one where I think when I did the white rose, the petals, I did the 30 by 30 size or the 25 by 25 partial version. And with that one, it was another one of those ones that I think I mentioned in, was it? I think it was part 3 of this, when I did the rainbow rose, and I said the rainbow rose that I did as a partial was like 75% almost a full drill, because I did all the petals and then all that was left was a little bit of background. So yeah, kind of the same thing with this one. Did all the petals, and then there's just this little green area left on the partial, so you'd be doing that as well. So that's that version. And then also in that Sweet Little Roses video, the completion reel I made, you'll see this, but as a partial, I wasn't wildly impressed with how the partial came out, but I think when I got those, that was part of that bundle deal I was mentioning in one of the other videos, where it was all sort of packaged together. So I mean, if you buy the bundle deal, you're just like, well, might as well do it. I liked the image, but as far as the translation, it was a much older kit. They hadn't quite perfected the imaging process, the way it's a lot it's done a lot cleaner now in the past few years than it used to be way back. I think that was one of the early printings of diamond painting. So the way that it looked was a little bit grainy, a little bit messy. It's still cute though as a partial. It's just one of those ones that I kind of worked on, sort of learning the process, and then I just sort of stuck in my album. But it is a really cool image, especially if you're a big lover of the color of green like I am. This one also, oh, this one's 30 by 40 size, but also with the fairy dress drills. So there's that one. If you saw that one in the completion reel I did and thought that might be a cute idea for like a full drill, here you go. Then going on, what was this one? Oh yeah, I found this one just today. I thought I would throw this in. I know when I did the community post, was it like a day or so ago, I mentioned that there would only be like 3 or 4 in this one, and then I found a couple more. And then this kept growing, but that's why I was saying that no, seriously, I'm gonna wrap it up with this one, because I can't do a video on their entire inventory. Be here all day. But I thought I would mention this one because I did do this canvas but in yellow petal version. Other than the color petals, it's exactly the same as the one I did. So I'll link my yellow petal version if you want to see how that comes out. Same size, 30 by 40. When I did mine, it didn't come with any special drills, but to do the rain effect, I did use some gunmetal metallics and I think like smoky gray crystals kind of mixed in here. Whoops. And yeah, it came out pretty cool. I really liked the way mine came out. I didn't see the yellow one on here so far, so if you liked that image, this is the exact same image but with pink petals instead of yellow. So I just thought I'd mention that one real quick. And that reminds me, let me make a note real quick talking about that canvas, because I did a video ages back where I mentioned, well, maybe it wasn't that long ago, but I mentioned how I use metallic drills. I hope you can hear me, because of course one of my neighbors started mowing with their massive mower right next to my window. So I hope you can still hear me. Probably a good day to try it with the mics, huh? But you know, it's end of summer, it's gonna be like this. Anyway, what was I saying? The rain effect that I was talking about with metallic drills and all that. I did a whole video talking about how I do that. Not with this particular canvas, but with a different one, but same process. So that just reminded me to make a note to look up that video for you guys if you want to see that one, where I talk about the process of how to better bring out rain effect in canvases. Because sometimes when you do rain canvases, and I've said in other videos that rain images are one of my favorite types of art to work on in diamond painting, but the tricky part of that is it is a little bit difficult to replicate because sometimes it just looks like blurry liney mess. So one of the tricks I learned to bring it out better was to mix in metallics here and there to kind of make that shimmery water droplet effect. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that one while we're going over some of these other ones. Moving on, this was one I did in a crystal partial. So when I did it in a crystal partial, these photos are really sensitive down here. When I did it in the crystal partial, the heel came out really good. I thought the bird came out a little bit messy, if I remember right. I think the bird was drilled. Now I can't remember. But I remember the shoe came out really nice. But that was crystal partial. So I thought I would mention this one if you liked the idea of that image but haven't seen it in the crystal partial. Here is the full drill version. Doesn't look like they include any fairy dust or specials or anything in theirs, but it is at the same 30 by 30 size that I worked. And then I thought I would also mention this one because I think it's in part 3 that I mentioned doing the traditional mostly red Arsenal logo of the gunner logo here. I had a friend that was really into the Arsenal team, and I was doing these logos for them. So if you are also an Arsenal fan, in part 3 I did the traditional red logo, which is which is mainly just this shield here. But then a while down the road after doing that one, I found this rainbow effect one, rainbow flame one. So I thought I would mention that. I also found this one on COODEALS as well, if you are an Arsenal fan. So just thought I would throw that in there. And then I thought I would mention this one. I think I did it as a partial. I think when I bought it, it was originally supposed to be, it was a crystal partial, but it was like all crystal. But I think I mentioned somewhere, I don't remember if I did a whole video about it or if I just made a community post, but I mentioned somewhere that when I was working on it, when I was looking at it, I think the way it was originally graphed, like all of Grandpa's hair was crystal, clear crystal, all of Grandma's hair was clear crystal, and when I was looking at it all together, it just looked like overkill to me. So when I did mine, I did parts of it in the crystal that were graphed, and then other parts, I think in the hair areas, I went in and just did standard gray and white drills to make the effect there. And then I think I also used standard drills instead of clear crystal on Grandpa's sweater here. But yeah, mainly did this one as a crystal partial. And this one, I'm not sure what it was about this one, but as far as videos I've done this year, the reel I made for this one was one of my higher viewed videos for this channel for this year. So apparently a lot of y'all were into this one. So if you wanted it, if you haven't seen it as the crystal partial or the regular partial around in a while, there is this one that is a full drill starting at 35 by 35, and yeah, I was like, I thought I saw it. This one also comes with the fairy dust drills, so I thought I'd mention this one. And then closing out all of this one, I don't have a canvas for this one, I just wanted to talk about it in sort of a nostalgia aspect and see if any of you that have been doing diamond painting for a while remember this one. I started diamond painting at the beginning of 2020, and when I was first looking around for canvases, this canvas was in everybody's inventory that I looked at. I never bought it. It wasn't one that was particularly interesting to me, but I was just kind of amused that I saw it in every company's catalog at one point. I haven't really seen it around much at all until I started doing these COODEAL videos and I was looking around their inventory for other stuff, and then I happened to come across it. I think when I was doing all of those other rose canvases, trying to find the links for all of those again to put down below for you guys, when I was pulling up all those canvases, this one came up in the mix and I was like, oh wow, it's that one. Because whenever I went on, when I was first starting out, the majority of where I was buying was Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Your Best Deals, and DIY digital art when they were in business. I think those were my main ones that I was getting pretty much everything from. And then I would also look at other sites as I found out about them. Started finding out about FG Normal back in the day, and what was there was one with like frog in the name. I forget what it was. I don't think they're in business anymore, but they had a bunch. And then there was what was the other company? Peggy Buy. Peggy Buy was doing a lot at the time. Yeah, all of those guys, they all had this one in their stock for some reason. And I know a lot of it has to do with like a lot of the companies are all running the same inventory made from the same few manufacturers, and they just work as distributors. I get that, but you still find differences here and there. But I found it amusing that, because for me, I feel like this is sort of a plain kind of, I don't know if nondescript is the word, but it's one that like your eyes would sort of glaze over, like, yeah, okay, and it's nothing like particularly eye-grabbing about it, but everybody was carrying it for a while. So yeah, I haven't seen it around in ages till now, so I was just having a nostalgic moment of back in the day when I first started. So I thought I would close out this video on this one. Comment down below if you remember seeing this everywhere. I think it was one of those ones that even came in different colors, like the image would be the same, but you would find ones where the roses would be green or purple or something instead of blue. But yeah, back in the day. So yeah, that's all I have for this one. This will wrap up the COODEALS series, so hope you had fun with this. That's all I got. Thanks for stopping by, and we will talk soon. Bye, guys.